from Minster Youth Online. My name's Beth and welcome back to Sunday Thoughts. This morning Rachel is going to be giving some of her thoughts around loving other people as we continue our theme of loved to be loved. So here's Rachel.
Hello, wonderful people. Well, I am speaking to you today and our passage is Matthew chapter 5, verse 43 to 47. So have a little listen to this. I'm reading from the Message version. Jesus said this: "You're familiar with the old written code, love your friend and hate your enemy? Well, I'm challenging that. I'm telling you to love your enemies. Let them bring out the best in you, not the worst. When someone gives you a hard time, respond with the energies of prayer, for then you are working out your true selves, your God-created selves." When I was 14, my best friend Elsa and I went to another friend's house for the weekend, and this other friend, the height of luxury, had an outdoor heated swimming pool. We spent the whole weekend just swimming, joking, laughing around. But at some point in the weekend, it took a dark turn. I can't remember really what happened, but at some point in the weekend, Elsa and I had this massive Barney, this massive falling out. And we went from being like the best of friends to being the best of frenemies. And kind of within the space of 24 hours, I hated her. And what's more, I really wanted to hurt her. And there was one very bad moment in the weekend that I'm not proud of, where I was in the pool with Elsa and I was trying to hold her head down under the water. And to begin with, people are like, look at those guys play fighting. Oh, they're not play fighting. Now, I'm not proud of that moment, and I didn't manage to suffocate Elsa, and she's gone on to live a beautiful, wonderful, prosperous life. But in the space of like one day, I went from hanging out and having an amazing time with my best friend to all going dark and ugly and painful, and we just hated each other. Jesus says, love the people that everything in you wants to hate. Like, love the people that you want to get some revenge on. Love the people that kind of are behind the scenes, like chatting about you and making your life difficult, and not like ignore them and tolerate them and just kind of rise above it and walk away. Jesus says, like, actually go into that space and love them and let them bring out the best in you. Crazy. Except Jesus tells us why we should do this. We should do this because we are loved by God, who does this for us. Like, when God says that he loves you, when he says that he loves us, it's not that he like puts up with us and rises above our stupidness and just ignores us when we're being a bit dramatic. No, he kind of actively seeks after us and loves us and forgives us and wants to bring out the best in us. And because we are loved by him and because we are loved like that, God says, go on, I dare you. I dare you to love difficult people like that, which is such a challenge, isn't it? Wouldn't it be so much easier for life if we could just say, God loves us and we can just keep it to ourselves? But God doesn't make us like that. He makes us to not only be loved powerfully, ultimately, utterly, but to love other people like that. Not those who are easy to love, but people who are really difficult to love. Our frenemies. Have you got a frenemy? Like, have you got someone in your life that once you were really close to and then something happened, you had a fallout? Maybe it was their fault, maybe it wasn't your fault. But God says, regardless, love them, want the best for them. It's not like lay down and be a punching bag again. That's not what we're talking about. But we're talking about praying for them, wanting the best for them, and saying, God, don't let my heart turn hard to rock. Help me to have a soft, kind heart towards them. Challenging stuff, huh? And Jesus totally backs up everything he says by what he does. Because who was it that nailed him to the cross? It was his enemies. Who was it that abandoned him at the cross? It was his friends. Who was it that said, I don't know you, I have nothing to do with Jesus? It was Peter, who was acting more like a frenemy. And yet Jesus says, I love you, I'm doing this for you, and I want you to love your friends and your enemies and your frenemies like this. So my little challenge to you for the week is to get a black pen, maybe maybe a Sharpie if you won't get into trouble for like graffitiing your skin. It takes a long time to come off with Sharpie. But I've just written the word love over there. And if I could actually write with my left hand, I might have written the word hate on there. Have you ever seen people like with tattoos like that, like love and hate? And so my challenge is write the word love on your knuckles. And this week, are there like 4 people who you think, I find those people difficult, they wind me up the wrong way, they drive me insane? It could be a sibling, could be a parent, could be a friend, could be a frenemy, could be a politician, could be a president of a fictitious country like America, whatever. And just think of 4 people. And the challenge for this week is to do what Scripture says. When someone gives you a hard time, respond with the energies of prayer. Pray for them. And not pray, oh God, will you just make sure that what's coming to them comes to them? Will you, not a prayer that's like, God, will you make sure that they realise how horrible they've been to me? It's not a prayer about you being okay. It's a prayer about them finding God and being okay and being loved and God changing their heart. And the knock-on might be that they come and say sorry to you. Wouldn't that be awesome? But even if they don't, do you dare to pray for them? Do you dare to know how much you are loved, that you can love others like that? So I've got a few. I think I've got a lot of people in my life who I'd be one of their knuckles as well. And I'm so glad that they're praying for me. So you are loved, and Jesus calls you to love like that.
Thank you so much for that, Rachel. That was really challenging and really thought-provoking. And I can't wait to do the challenge that Rachel set this week of writing love on our knuckles and thinking of 4 people that we really struggle with and committing to praying for them. As crazy and as challenging as that sounds, let's do it and let's see what comes out of that. Let's see what happens. We've got so much coming up at Minster Youth Online, and if you want more information about what's coming up, DM us on Instagram, comment down below, and we'll let you know what's happening. For more videos, subscribe to our channel and click on the little bell so that you get notifications of when a new video is coming up. And we will see you guys soon. Bye!